First and 10 for the Rams following the timeout. Bulger with time over the middle, nearly intercepted. Asante Samuel signed a big contract coming over from New England, making his Eagles debut. Third down and 6. Rams have to get to the 30 for a first. And that pass nearly picked off. Samuel got a piece of it, and then Considine had a chance.
They are chasing right now. They're just chasing a jam off the line of scrimmage on Dane Looker. Keenan Burton coming across the inside. Asante Samuel gets a hand on it, almost gets a turnover, and want this offense to be built upon.
Bulger on 3rd and 11, and that is the first catch of the season and the 806th of Torrey Holt's career, but it is not enough. Stopped 3 yards shy.
This Rams offense is playing. That pitcher might not be safe back there.
Asante Samuel thought he had it. Wow.
He did everything right but make the catch.
Bulger forcing that ball in. I mean, Samuels was on top of his eyes right there. As soon as that ball comes out, he saw the goal line right there.
Samuel with more interceptions the last 2 seasons than anybody else in the NFL. Eagles have had 4 near picks today.
You'll see Romo look left, looking down the middle. Now here comes the pressure. He's going to pull it down. Now you've lost sight of the defense. You don't know where people are. Now you don't guess. You've got to throw the football with your eyes on the receiver. There's no way he could get this ball in. Just no way that could happen. He had Miles Austin, but he was double covered by the Eagles.
Asante Samuel was brought here for that specific reason.
Black Lions.
Close to the lead. Riccio, flat on Asante Samuel.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was tipped.
Okay.
2nd down.
There's the clarification. The officials immediately signal tip at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you'll see Asante Samuel does a real good job here on Terrell Owens. Asante loves to peek in the backfield, kind of get an idea of what the quarterback's drop will be. Obviously, when you're this close to the goal line, it's going to be a very quick drop.
Correction, the ball was not tipped. Pass interference, defense number 22. Ball replaced at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Good call, Mike. Good call.
Yeah.
Nobody was near it.
Wouldn't even be close.
Nobody was near it. And it was pass interference.
And I take back everything I said.
Got time to throw. He finally gets a pocket. Good spacing. He lets it go, but it frees up defenders. And that's why you see Nate Washington double covered. Asante Samuel, he knows it. He plays the football perfectly and comes up with the interception.
Yard line by Hester, but he can only go backwards because Asante Samuel is magnetized to him, and that'll make it 3rd down and 8.
You know, we were talking about Asante Samuel earlier, and Jim Johnson said that he's the best plant and drive cornerback that he's ever had, and that means, you know, when you start back and you see something, you plant your foot and then you drive towards the receiver. He said he's never had anyone better than Asante Samuel at doing just that. When the guy makes a cut, you make your plant, then you drive on him.
Fourth year out of Cincinnati. 3rd and 9. Orton going for the Hester. Is he inbounds? Yes! Touchdown. Hester beats Asante Samuel and just does stay inbounds for the touchdown on a 3rd and 9.
That is a heck of a throw. Here's Hester and Samuel outside. Hester just takes a little outside release, and Kyle Orton makes a perfect pass. He throws it where only Hester can catch it.
And passes already a career high in the first 30 minutes of action with the Forte in the slot to the left, and they come out passing here in the second half, intended for Hester, broken up there by Samuel.
Mixed it up enough that the Eagles aren't having their way with it.
3rd and 8, and that pass is incomplete. That's Marty Booker, who caught a touchdown pass in the first half.
It was a very respectful evil, he called it. Campbell throws, and there's the rookie Thomas. Big catch for Devin Thomas, 15 yards and a first down for the Redskins.
Yeah, that was a big first down conversion there. Look at the cushion that he's going to get from Asante Samuel. They're certainly respectful of his speed.
Off that win at Dallas has a golden opportunity here today as Yoder makes the catch and Samuel makes the tackle.
And here comes the blitz off the edge.
So they roll Campbell, who lets it go for Thrash, who's up to grab it, incomplete, but a flag. Samuel on the coverage. There was a lot of hand checking, and let's see who it's against. Asante Samuel was there on James Thrash.
Right out here is where James Thrash is, and Asante Samuel double move. There's some contact there, but it looked like that's where the flag came in, and I didn't really see anything necessarily from Asante Samuel.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 22. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
I think you nailed it. It was not at the end of the play. It was halfway through the route on that kind of start and stop by James Thrash, and then the illegal contact, so an automatic first down.
Yeah, right when Thrash makes the double move, you're going to see the contact right there. And Asante Samuel trying to hold him up because he knew that if he didn't, he was going to be beat bad, which is actually a good penalty. But on the back end here, which was not the call, was good defense. But that's where the corners, if you know you're going to get beat, then you got to do what you got to do to keep him from scoring the touchdown.
Wide receiver, 3 wideouts. Everybody out, and the pass is broken up. Intended for Josh Morgan, and broken up by Asante Samuel.
Asante Samuel right here on Josh Morgan. He's going to run the in route. He's got to fight for this. I mean, he's got to come back to the football. It's almost like he got lazy there at the last second. Didn't come back to the ball.
Thanks very much. 49ers with 2 tight ends. So Sullivan with time. Wings it, and a very nice catch on the play by Isaac Bruce. Took a hard hit from Brian Dawkins. Start from the 28-yard line. J.T. O'Sullivan with time. Kind of slings it out. Incomplete. Some late pressure. Touchdown in the 3rd quarter. O'Sullivan being chased by Parker. Throws it, and it's batted down. And Asante Samuel jumping up and down. Thought he might have been able to come up with an interception. In the control room is Mark Sosnick. O'Sullivan finds a man. It's Isaac Bruce. Up at the 42-yard line. It's incomplete. He dropped the football as he hit the ground.
It means Andy Reid's been there a while. 2nd quarter, no score. 3rd and 10. Matt Ryan hits Roddy White, and off goes Roddy. 8 catches, 113 yards, 55 on that pitch and catch. Touchdown, 17-7, Eagles. 4th quarter, 13-point game. Matt Ryan again. Roddy White, well, see, that works. I'm not sure why you don't just do that every play. Falcons.
For the Seahawks, and this pass is a slant, and the pass is ruled incomplete. Colbert, the intended receiver, and Asante Samuel all over him. So quickly, 4th down, despite the good field position by Seattle, and John Ryan will come in to kick.
And that Asante Samuel is some player in Philadelphia. He is a great route reader, shoulder wide receivers.
3rd and 5. Pass knocked down, and it was Asante Samuel who knocked the ball down. Kerry Colbert, the intended receiver.
like lions.
And it's a three-man line, so if it's going to be a blitz, it'll be out of a three-man line. And he doesn't blitz.
Burress to the right, they pump it to him, and Burress falls down, and a flag comes in. So Burress was going to get doubled with a corner and a linebacker coming over to help, and Burress goes down after contact.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, defense, number 22. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Asante Samuel, and that's the first penalty against Philadelphia in the game.
And the Giants expected that they were going to get a blitz, so they thought they had man-to-man coverage, and they were going to go a double move to Plaxico Burress.
Down penalty from the 20-yard line. Manning, good pocket, pass incomplete. Coverage is good. You've got a lot of green shirts around Dominic Hickson, and Boomer to the left. The fake to Ward, pass to the end zone. Intended for Burress is broken up. Quentin Michael is there. So they deny the 2 points to the Giants, whose lead now is a dozen. It is 36-24.
You see, going for the two, the coverage is Asante Samuel right here. You see, he plays off now. He not only reads Plaxico Burress, but he's also looking in and reading Eli. He reads the quarterback's drop and the pattern of the wide receiver.
2nd and 10. UTEC shifting. Fitzpatrick looking right. He throws, and the catch is made again by Houshmandzadeh for a Bengals first down.
Something they're good at. Trent Cole down at the bottom, 58. He goes in. Here's your pass to TJ Houshmandzadeh. Eagles are calling the game. This is going to be called tight by Tony Corrente.
Off the play fake. Third catch for Houshmandzadeh. And TJ takes it down to the 35. Offensive line with Jones on the sideline. Pass is caught by Chris Perry, but he's knocked out of bounds.
Cincinnati does a good job. This is one-on-one. Asante Samuel, Chris Henry. That's not bad. You are out on that island all by yourself. Asante Samuel, tight coverage, has got a hand on him. Chris Henry's looking for another call. He's not going to get that one.
And the Bengals off the play fake to Benson. Fitzpatrick broken up beautifully by Asante Samuel. Pass was intended for Chad Johnson.
Boy, he has been a really, really good addition to this Philadelphia Eagles secondary. And now he's on Chad Johnson on the outside, one-on-one. Very fluid in his movement to change the direction. He's right on Chad Johnson, gets across, knocks that ball down. How fortunate he is to be a player in the NFL now.
3rd down and 8 as Fitzpatrick throws across the field, and Samuel breaks it up. Houshmandzadeh was the intended receiver.
Well, there's a young quarterback mistake. You might be able to make that throw in Harvard, but you can't make that throw here in the NFL. You cannot scramble to your right and throw back across into the middle of the field, especially when Asante Samuel is in coverage. He likes a fumble, but when they sit down and watch this film, they're going to understand why this one came loose. Antonio Chapman, the quick screen as he goes to go back inside.
Bengals with all 3 of their timeouts. First catch today for Chad Johnson at the 42-yard line, gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Fitzpatrick to the outside. And Johnson made the catch at the 38-yard line for a Bengals first down.
Well, you heard the crowd get a little upset on that last play, but they had to get their protection set. Ben Utek, who's out in the slot, number 81, he looked into Ryan Fitzpatrick.
From the Eagles 38. Johnson again, his 3rd catch of this drive. Dawkins makes the tackle, another Bengals first down.
Perry back inside. He's able to pick up the inside blitzer. They turn the farthest guy from the quarterback free, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is able to get it to Chad Johnson.
2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. And again, it's Samuel. Good coverage. Pass intended for Chris Henry.
Well, you talked about that Philadelphia Eagles defense are doing a great job on these last 2 plays. Great coverage. The field, it's just like a punt, and they have the receivers that can go down and get the ball.
Let's see what the Bengals have called here on 2nd down and 11. Intended for Chad Johnson. Again, it's Asante Samuel, who's had a strong game. Samuel on the coverage.
He really has a strong game, and when you get the balanced front like you had right here, Asante Samuel has played left corner all afternoon for the Eagles. Whoever has come to the offensive right has drawn Asante Samuel, and he's kind of risen to it each time. That ball a little bit behind Chad Johnson. Ryan Fitzpatrick a little bit late with that throw.
For the Ravens. Flacco, short drop, throws, completes to Derek Mason at the 45-yard line. That's a first down. Asante Samuel covering Derek Mason.
Mason, here he is here. Always his #1 read. And Asante Samuel, and now the scramble drill's on, because Asante Samuel took that corner route away first, and that wasn't there. And
he motions, short drop by Flacco, puts it up, a lot of air underneath, and it's incomplete. Out of bounds. Good effort by Mark Clayton, but the pass was caught out of bounds.
Well,
on 2nd and 9, Flacco under pressure, throws, completes to Todd. He stays in bounds, and then is hit. They'd like to shut the Ravens down here. Pressure on Flacco. He gets rid of it to Ray Rice. Couple of nice moves by Rice into Eagles territory and out of bounds at the 34-yard line. The quickness of the rookie, Ray Rice.
Was why. I mean, did you see that open field move on Asante Samuel?
Play clock winding down. Manning with time. He fires, and the catch is made by Hickson, who had one go through his hands earlier on this drive. Dominic Hickson makes the catch, a gain of 13, and a Giants first down.
The New York Giants doing a good job on this drive, bouncing back a little bit because they have not looked real sharp. They missed the big opportunity for the big play down the field on that opening play to Dominic Hickson. They get a good run by Brandon Jacobs, but other than that, it's been kind of sloppy here. Hanging in there. Tight. Derek Ward downhill right away.
Giants have all 3 of their timeouts as Manning's pass intended for Hickson, and Manning took a hit after he released the football. Manning only 5 completions today. Going deep, and it's broken up, nearly picked off by Asante Samuel. Wound up in a collision with his teammate Brian Dawkins.
Steve Smith on the outside, Amani Toomer in the slot. Steve Smith's drawing a little bit of double coverage, doing a double move. Play against the run much better today.
Steve Smith tackled at the 14, close to a first down.
Philly shows pressure, brings a half dozen. Dorsey throws, it is complete to Braylon Edwards for the first down. Mr. Monday Night takes it to the sideline at the 43, a gain of 20.
That was a big-time NFL throw by Ken Dorsey. He hung in the pocket with pressure around him, waited for this play to develop deep across the field. Good protection inside. Dorsey standing tall in the pocket. Not a big window to throw this football into. Takes a hit from Trent Cole. You'll see the throw right here with Edwards match on Josilio Hansen. That's a very accurate throw.
And that's where they didn't make those kinds of interceptions. Pick 6, boom, see ya.
Asante Samuel has great vision. He's able to read the wide receiver and the quarterback. He sits on the route. If you're Ken Dorsey or any quarterback against him, you must see where he is. He sits on the route, undercuts the route. That is outstanding cornerback play.
Touchdown. It continues. Run 30 plays tonight. Ken Dorsey running for his life. Incomplete. Dante Stallworth over there.
Active.
They've turned that position over the last 2 years. Much more athletic in the middle. 3rd and 4. It's a good throw by Dorsey, and it's a Dante Stallworth sighting.
Well, this old slant route come back to the inside, and Ken Dorsey made a terrific throw right here. Busted Dante Stallworth right between the 1 and the 8.
Those young players are going to have to emerge. Campbell, plenty of time, and here is Devin Thomas with a catch. Taps his feet, hops out of bounds with a 17-yard complete. A blitz. Campbell keeps it and now throws it, and the pass is incomplete for Devin Thomas. Asante Samuel has some of the best closing speed on a ball that there is in the NFL. He's cluing the quarterback. He's driving back on that, but because Devin Thomas went back to the football, he kept Asante Samuel from having a free run at intercepting that pass.
Been picked off by Samuel.
Yeah, you see Quentin Michael, 27. He came from deep. He gets pressure, and Campbell's just trying to throw that ball away. And almost a huge mistake because there was no reason for him to try to get the ball that far down the field to throw it away.
3 third down conversions on this drive for Dallas. Roy Williams dropped it. And Asante Samuel was there for Philadelphia if he caught it. And Philadelphia with a win here would leapfrog the Cowboys and be the number 6 seed as Terrell Owens makes the catch at the 40. 5 yards around Asante Samuel.
Yeah, they just ran Terrell Owens on a go route, and he's able to get position there on Asante Samuel, and a perfectly thrown ball by Romo. You know, this is one of the big plays. They know, the Eagles do certainly, that take his foot off the gas either.
Neither will Jim Johnson. You wouldn't expect, as Roy Williams can't make the catch.
Yeah, they've been showering him with a lot of noise every time that he's anywhere near the ball and when it's being thrown to him, and you know, obviously a ball that should have been caught.
Another blitz. Romo steps up and throws high for Roy Williams. Another 3 and out in the 3rd and 4 possessions for this Dallas offense.